This is Robert Kraft, and I'm your host on SNN.Network. And joining me right now is Maury Marks. He is the president and CEO of Quorum. It's a publicly traded company. The symbol is QIS. And they will be presenting at our upcoming virtual event, the Planet MicroCap Showcase, happening April 20 through 22nd. Maury, thank you for joining me today. How are you doing?
I'm doing good, Robert, and thanks so much for having me.
Great to have you on. So let's start off with a quick overview and history of the company, and then we'll go from there.
You bet. So Quorum provides software and services to the automotive retail industry, right? To the same dealerships where you would buy a car or get your car serviced. Quorum started with building a better and more innovative dealership management system, or DMS, which you should think of as an ERP for a car dealership. Our much more modern DMS went up against $2 billion revenue competitors who were and are still delivering green screen technology, if you can believe it. These two companies delivered little innovation in the form of new solutions or other aspects for the dealerships. And so as a result, what we saw build up in the industry was this third-party software provider ecosystem. Now, when we started Quorum, all these third-party providers made it difficult for us to manage as a new entrant into the space because we'd continually build integration from our DMS system to all these third-party providers every single time we did an install. Strategically, what we decided to do is we decided to start building some of this third-party functionality ourselves. And we learned over time that once we built a few pieces that we couldn't build everything. And so we started partnering with different companies out there. Our partnering strategy then morphed into an acquisition strategy, and we completed 3 acquisitions in the last 4 years for additional solutions to add to our product suite. So now today, we have a product suite of 11 different products installed in over 1,000 dealerships in both Canada and the US. And a metric that we're quite proud of is that we have at least one of our solutions utilized by 30% of the Canadian franchise dealerships.
Very good. So, Maury, what would you say makes the company unique and different compared to some of your peers out there?
Yeah, so a number of things. So number one, right, our product suite strategy. So we've got this beautiful product suite that delivers streamlined, frictionless workflows. Dealerships can purchase one of our best of class products to start with, and then over time they can purchase additional products. And every time they purchase additional products, we are delivering better synergy, better ROI through to their dealership. Number two, price. So we're able to deliver our product suite of 11 products at approximately half the price when compared to the group of disparate solutions that a dealership would otherwise buy. 3 for us is leading edge development. We're always building new solutions to address current needs, like digital retailing, right? Today, in today's climate, you have to be able to buy a vehicle online, and dealerships need to be able to sell a vehicle online. And then I would say number 4 for us is services. We have great install and training services, and we have customer care and account management, which I would consider the best in the industry. So those are the 4 differentiators for us.
Very good. And what's your background? I mean, how'd you come into all this?
Yeah, so I grew up in a dealership. My parents owned a dealership, and I worked there in the summers when I was going off to university. I did everything. I sold cars. I serviced, worked at the service desk. They wouldn't let me go in the back and handle the wrenches, but I did everything else inside the store. I have a CA. I went on to get my CA with Deloitte and Touche, or CPA. But once I received my CA, I actually left the accounting world and moved into the technology world. I actually moved into the technology practice at D&T, where we actually were designing and building and deploying systems for all kinds of different verticals out there. And then from there, I went on to start Quorum. My parents' dealership, of course, became Pilot Store number 1, and they were the ones that got to see all of our new innovation as we built it out.
Very cool. All right. Well, Maury, to close us out here, from what you can tell us, what would you say are some of the company's growth drivers now moving forward?
Yeah, so probably our biggest catalyst that we're seeing just in the industry as a whole is there's a big push to modernize the automotive dealership industry, right? And that modernization, that demand for modernization across dealerships out there is really driving the demand for Quorum software products and services. And I'll just let me peel back the layers of the onion here on modernization and talk about what that really means, right? So we sort of view there's four key trends out there related to modernization. The first one is of course the dealership vehicle product mix is changing. We're seeing the move to electric vehicles. It's largely driven by consumer demand, and the OEMs or the dealers manufacturers are really are pushing and changing the product mix at all kinds of different rates out there. But obviously the move to electrical vehicles is a trend that we just can't see ignored. The second one around modernization for dealerships is really this emphasis on ROI within the store. It's becoming tougher and tougher to compete, and so dealerships are learning where they need to drive more income into their store, more gross margin into their store, always looking for return on investment whenever they're making investments. And one of the areas that we see across dealerships that they're making a big are having a big emphasis on and focus on is the service department. Their service business in a dealership is that reoccurring revenue stream for them, right? It really is consistent month over month, even in COVID times. It's high gross margin business for them, and so dealerships are very focused, or more focused than they've ever been on the service business. And then probably three, when it comes to modernization, is this desire to get a lot more efficient inside the store. And core to that is the whole integrated workflows that we're delivering, right? The idea that I can have these end-to-end workflows, they're streamlined, and they really can make my staff and my business a lot more efficient. And then the fourth one around modernization would be the whole ability for consumers or the dealership customers to be able to transact online. So I talked before about how we're building solutions so you buy a car online, but it goes beyond that. Transacting online means buying a car online, but it also means being able to bring your car in for service and be able to have a touchless service experience and also a transparent service experience. And so we're constantly evolving our solutions in these areas and really helping dealerships interact with their consumers a lot more directly, and allowing the software to provide them the kind of tools that the consumer's demanding. So for us, going through that modernization effort and looking at those four different sort of key pillars to it, I think we can help a dealerships an awful lot when it comes to the second, third, and fourth of those pillars, and really that need by dealerships is driving a lot of demand for us.
Very good. All right. Well, Maury, with that, where can our audience go and find everything they want to know about Quorum?
Yeah, so a few places, right? So we're TSX Toronto Venture Exchange listed company under QIS, as you mentioned at the onset. People can go to our website, so www.quoruminfotech.com. They can sign up for our news releases there and for our investor newsletter. And then you can follow us on LinkedIn under Quorum Information Technologies.
Maury, thank you so much for joining me today. I really do appreciate it. Good luck, stay safe, and I look forward to our next update.
All right, Robert. Thank you. Thank you so much for the interview. You bet.
Thank you.